What's going on, guys? Once again, it's your boy, the Conservative Wolf, bringing you a segment of the Wolf News. Now, I know it's been a while since I've brought you a nice, juicy Wolf News story. I want to say right off the top that with all this stuff going on, with them rigging the election, stealing the election, all the lying and cheating going on with this election, it's been very stressful, as I know all of you can attest to. It's been a bit much, and like I said, got you guys know, I have a lot going on, and I sometimes you have to decompress from all this stuff, so basically, part of the reason why you hadn't seen me very much, and I do apologize because I know I have a channel to run, and I know you guys look forward to my news broadcasts and my show, and I appreciate that. But I had to just kind of back away from things just a little bit. Still not all out of the woods yet, but hey, listen, there's a lot going on, and I apologize to you guys, for being absent, but I'm back. So, having said that, let's get started on this nice juicy story, shall we? So, and this is brought to you by the Tatum Report. If you guys have not had a chance to check out Brandon Tatum's news site, I recommend it. It's very informative. It's where I'm getting my news from to give to you guys. So, and it's a lot of juicy stories, and my video would be way too long for me to cover every single one of them, but I picked one in particular that I thought was pretty fitting, and it says, Black Lives Matter is upset with Joe Biden. Accuse him of ignoring meeting requests. Okay. You guys know why that's funny, right? I'm sorry, I'm supposed to be reporting the news. I gotta stop being biased. And all jokes aside, I mean, I may be biased, but I'm fair. I'm fair. I try to be fair as I can be. But who's making this stuff up? The article says, Black Lives Matter is accusing President, and I hate this, what they're calling President-elect Joe Biden, which, no, he's not, of ignoring its request for a meeting and disregarding the black voters who helped him win. Cheat, more like it. Anyway, I digress. The political and social group told Fox News their request for a meeting with the Biden campaign has been ignored, and the group was noticeably excluded from a meeting between Biden Representative Cedric Richmond and other civil rights groups. In the meeting, Biden complained that progressive efforts to defund the police allowed the GOP to beat the living hell out of Democrats during the 2020 election cycle. Well, duh. I mean, really? Come on, who's defunding the police is fundamentally stupid. And most of the people in the black neighborhoods, in the crime-ridden areas, don't want the police defunded. That's pretty stupid. You think? Anybody with any sense wouldn't go along with that. Let's continue. For the newly elected administration that ran on promises of racial justice to ignore our ongoing request to meet with them and refuse us a seat at the table is demeaning to our movement, Black Lives Matter Global Network said on December the 10th in an email, according to Fox News. It's demeaning to our hurt and trauma. Oh, give me a break. It's demeaning to countless times we took our protests to the streets to call for justice for our black brothers and sisters taken from us at the hands of the police. Yeah, black brothers and sisters in the middle of committing crimes, who had to be apprehended by the police, who fought the police, which led to their demise. Anyway, I digress. And that's what that, anyway, that's what they're saying. The article goes on to say, on the night Biden and Harris were declared the projected winners, the organization formally requested a meeting with the campaign on December the 11th, posted that it's been 32 days since that request. That's what Black Enterprise reports. You see, Black Lives Matter donated millions of dollars to these Democrat politicians, and Joe Biden received a lot of money from Black Lives Matter. They made sure that the Democratic Party got paid. I mean, really, and I mean, did they really think that Joe Biden has a history of being a racist, a patent racist, a history of, a track record that you actually can go, is tangible. It's not like this made up racism shit they got against President Trump. Joe Biden is a proven patent racist. I mean, you get on Charlemagne the God's show and you're talking about, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. I mean, come on, man. And incidentally, there was a poll done on video by Tatum Report that went out to New York and interviewed a lot of black folks and asked them, did they think that was a racist statement? And they, from a 1 to 10, and they gave it a 9 and a 10. And some of these people were shocked to find out that Joe Biden actually said that. Now, that doesn't really surprise me, because people, as I say on Facebook all the time, people are intellectually lazy. How damn hard is it for you not to? How are you voting for someone and you don't know you don't know what they're talking about? You don't know. You haven't heard that they said this. This was Charlemagne the God. I mean, this is a black liberal radio program. All the black listeners who were listening to Joe Biden say that, shame on you. If you went out there and voted for Biden after you heard him say that, you're a dumbass. I'm so sorry. I don't know what to tell you. But anyway, let me move on. Finish with this article. The Biden transition team, I hate saying that, made a statement adding, the president-elect has always been straightforward and honest with his opinions. President-elect Biden is the same person behind closed doors that he is in public. Honest, direct, realistic about the challenges facing our nation the day he is sworn in, a Biden transition team official said in response to the leaked recording. As he made clear throughout the campaign, he believes in supporting bold, urgent reform to our criminal justice system while continuing to support law enforcement's mission to keep our communities safe. That doesn't sound like the same person who was talking about how can you, now let's just look at that for a minute. Let's look at this statement. As he made clear throughout the campaign, he believes in supporting bold, urgent reform to our criminal justice system while continuing to support law enforcement's mission to keep our communities safe. If you're defunding the cops, how can the cops keep the community safe if you're going to defund the police department and cut down the amount of police officers there are on the streets to patrol? How are you keeping the community safe? Says the guy who wrote the 94 crime bill that end up lawfully and wrongfully incarcerating a lot of black men for giving them long sentences for some of the stuff that's misdemeanor stuff. I mean, how does a guy get 30 years for having a little bit of weed? I mean, go figure, right? But this is the same person we're talking about here. I don't understand why people can't see the lies and hypocrisy. Let me just read it one more time. As he made clear throughout the campaign, and this is one of his staffers talking, he believes in supporting bold and urgent reform to our criminal justice system. Yeah, lock your black ass up. He, while continuing to support law enforcement's mission to keep our community safe. But you talked about defunding the police. Okay, let's move on. The article goes on to say progressives have been frustrated with Biden and his cabinet picks. Many progressives believe his administration's picks do not properly reflect the role progressives played in getting him elected. Yeah, cheating and tampering with ballot boxes and deliveries of ballots and stuff. Yeah, they played a hell of a role. According to this, let's go with the article. According to The Hill, progressive Senator Bernie Sanders and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, AOC Cortez, have taken issues with some of the picks in Biden's cabinet and are urging him to select more progressives. Wow. Democrats eat each other. They're like vultures and cannibals. That's what they do best. And it goes on to say, I think the Biden people have a little bit less, or have been a little bit less concerned about satisfying progressives. I think they're a little more concerned about not alienating progressives. A Democrat strategist close to the transition team told The Hill. And goes on to say, there are also whispers of a progressive Democrat movement akin to the Lincoln Project building due to dissatisfaction of Biden's selections. Wow. It's, and it says that's Black Enterprise is where that came from. And the article is written by Todd Sefarati. Okay, Tatum, he's a Tatum Report writer. Okay. And yeah, that's basically the end of the article, guys. There are a couple of comments here. One person says, I hope that Black Lives Matter, Antifa, and other leftist violent groups give Biden nothing but trouble in the unfortunate event he becomes president. Yeah, I can get down with that. Sorry. That may not be very Christian-like, but hey, you know, I'm just being honest. Now, that's being Christian-like, right? Another person said, upset Biden's put a lid on all of your meeting requests, BLM. Go find a tall bride over dry land and I think they meant bridge over dry land and jump. Oh, by the way, Ice Cube, how's that meeting with the Dems going? Did they tell you they'd meet with you to go over your demands for African Americans after they win the election? They supposedly won. I hope you got your meeting, Ice Cube. Wow. Somebody replied and said, he fell for it. I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today, but that's the Democrats and has been throughout their history, true. The sole object of their existence is holding office. Once in, do whatever the hell they want. Well, that's basically true. I mean, it's fact. Republicans, to some extent, aren't much better. The Republican Party has been weak, very weak. The Republican Party has been its strongest since the 4 years President Trump's been in office. Really, a lot of these Republican politicians owe their winning this election to President Trump, who has awakened patriotism in a lot of Americans. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much what it is. I mean, these people voted for Biden. See, and I try to get some of these people to understand the plan, man. It's such an insidious plan. Get people to hate Trump. They know they were going to rig this election. Get people to hate Trump, so they'll vote for Biden or won't vote at all. Some of these people, and one of my Facebook friends said they voted for Trump and then turned around and voted for Biden. And I had to ask her, was she mentally challenged? Because, I mean, look, don't get me wrong, you vote for who you want to vote for, but you have to be influenced by the mainstream media after 4 years of the accomplishments that President Trump has made, and you're going to turn around and you're going to vote for Biden? Are you serious? What is wrong with these people? I have people that's close to me that I know they voted for Biden. But then they'll talk about racism, and I'm like, really? But you voted for a racist. They lied to you about Trump. I can prove all day long Trump ain't a racist. But I can prove to you all day long Biden is one. But that's what the media does. These people believe. Got these people out here who are normies. They don't know nothing about politics. They don't know what's going on. And the thing about it that's frustrating is people like me, they'll dismiss what you say, and they'll sit there and have this attitude like, oh, well, you love Trump and this and that. It's not about liking Trump. It's about loving my country. It's about supporting a president who actually gives a shit about this country. And even the ones that don't like him, everything positive he does for America is good for you too. But you just don't realize it because the media does your thinking for you. There's a lot of people that don't even realize, and they are so naive. They think, oh, why would the media? I actually had a friend of mine ask me, why would the media lie? And I'm like, man, are you serious right now? Really? If you can't see the bias in the mainstream media, you are blind as a bat. Ray Charles can see it. Stevie Wonder can see how damn biased these people are. News media organizations are supposed to bring you the facts, not sit there and have talking heads all day long. They trash talk this president from day one, all day. That's all these people do. When you go to the Chinese restaurant and the TV's turned to CNN, from the time you in the Chinese restaurant to the time you leave, if you pay attention to CNN, that's all they do all day long. I don't know how when I've seen them, news organizations pull a report about news, right? All they talk about is President Trump. It's like ain't no other news going on in the world. Like Superman could end up being a real thing, like come out the sky with the red cape and everything, but they would ignore that and come up with a reason to slam President Trump. And hell, they'd probably try. It's just ridiculous, man. But anyway, video's going on for 19 minutes. I appreciate you guys watching. Don't want to make it too much longer than this because I know y'all got better things to do. Look at my ugly face in this camera. But thanks for watching, guys. I appreciate y'all. God bless y'all. And remember, you are victors, never victims. And I'll talk to you later.